Good morning, everybody. My name is John Flanagan. I'm the Human Resources Manager for Merrilton Robotics. Today, we're going to be discussing and going over a slideshow for our new employees in their onboarding process about organizational communication. This slideshow should answer all your questions. At the end, we'll open up for questions or concerns. Okay, so today, what are we going to be discussing? So today we're going to discuss three main topics in this slideshow. Number one being the types of communication strategies. Number two being the types of communication methods, how we're going to convey the communication strategies. And then finally, how the strategies and the methods together, how they're used effectively within our organization. Okay, so first we're going to go over our first communication strategy, which is the direct communication strategy method. So it refers to an approach used by a business to convey the message directly to the target audience, right? So it aims to ensure that the message is not garbled or ill-conceived. It's direct. It has no distortion. It's very clear and concise. Many organizations use this method. It's very easy to explain, just like in the name. So they're characterized by the targeted nature and allows for an immediate response from the customer. So it's direct in both how it's given and how it's received back. Some of the positives of it are, number one, the clarity. It's very clear. It's very concise to the customer and how we want to deliver it. Right? It's straightforward. It's easy to understand. It's not going to be misinterpreted or confused for something else. We could also use it because it's very direct for a targeted approach, right? So we could tailor it for a specific member, an audience, a group, right? And we could also, because of that, we could enhance it to be to engage and get a response from the customer. Some of the ways we're going to convey this would be a report, an email, a memo. These are ways that we could directly get to the customer. Okay, the second method, the second strategy we're going to be using is called pivoting. So the pivoting communication strategy refers to the process where you're going to be able to have fluidity in how the business environment is, right? So we could change the needs, whereas compared to the direct method, it's very direct one way, right? So this allows us to adapt, right? That could be based on consumer needs. It allows us to remain relevant and competitive, right? And just like in today, with social media and news, everything is changing all the time. It allows us to change with that change. We're not stuck in just one clear, concise way. So we're going to go over some of the attributes of this method. So number one would be the flexibility, right? It's super flexible, right? We are able to quickly and smoothly communicate. So we can have different tactics, different channels, and we can align with the business goals as they change. Second would be agility, right? It's fast. We're responsive, we're nimble, the market shifts, we're quick to change with the market, right? The preferences of the customer may change, the consumer may change, the landscape may change. So we're able to timely and effectively make adjustments to what we need to do. And then number three is the proactiveness, right? Anticipating potential shifts in the market and then making proactive changes to our strategy as they become needed. So it allows the organization to kind of look forward and allow the organization to stay ahead of the curve, right? We're looking forward. We're seeing a change happening. We're easily able to pivot. We're able to pivot our strategy. The messages which these can be sent as sales letters, a report, oral presentations, and letters. Okay, so now we'll go over communication methods. Our first method is going to be email. We're all familiar with email, right? It's electronic messages over the internet, right? So what are some good things about it, right? It's easy. Everyone has access to it today, right? Records are retained. We send it to someone, we're able to see, especially nowadays when it's delivered, right? We're able to see when it's opened, and the record of the email is always retained. And then the third great thing about it is that it's economical. It's free. Gmail is free. AOL is free. It's free and it's fast, right? It's super, super fast. We're able to send it out. We're able to get it, to someone's phone, computer. They're able to access it super quickly. So some of the business applications we're going to be able to use this for are informal, internal, you know, talk within the office, right? So if you just need something quick from someone, you're able to send a message super quickly and utilize it in that way, right? The second way, a short message. If you needed hand with something, help with something, you're able to send it off quickly, right? And then the third biggest way, which I think is understated, is attachments, transmitting attachments in a business workplace, right? Sending a PowerPoint, sending a Word document, sending an email, sending a screenshot, a photo. So we're able to kind of move most of the material you're going to use in kind of in the workplace within the email, right? Okay. All right. Our second method is social media. We all know social media as well, right? So it's online platforms that enable us to create, share, and exchange the content in a virtual world, right? This could range from LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, right? So it kind of became, when it started, it kind of was a you know outlier, but today in our standards today, it really is used in the business workplace. Social media is really good because everyone stays connected. It's interactive, right? So it enables users to interact with content, share their opinions, their thoughts, and then it allows you to engage, right? So you're able to engage with each other, the customers, fellow workers, and the industry, what other people are doing, how other people are selling their products, right? So it really allows us to stay connected, right? Multimedia content, it's huge nowadays, right? Just like I was saying before, right? Videos, YouTube, TikToks, right? So we could just go from spoken word and now kind of go the array of pictures, videos, and like I said, following trends, right? So it's huge in that, right? And individuals use it, businesses use it. It allows users to kind of build a relationship and maintain it because you're able to have a relationship with the customer, which is huge, right? And some applications we could use this for are the content marketing. It's a huge marketing tool, absolutely huge marketing tool because we're able to see what the customers want. We're able to see what they like, and we get that feedback directly to us, just right to our face, which is great, right? So it's really good, and it develops brand awareness, right? We're able to portray our brand that we want it to be portrayed as. So that's another huge tool of social media. As far as I think in the future, social media is going to play a bigger part. I think just the past 3 or 4 years, we've seen it, like I was saying before, kind of be a fun out of the workplace tool. But nowadays, it's a marketing and business empire, as in it's used, right? We're all on LinkedIn. Everyone's on Facebook, right? It's when you look up a business and you want to see something results, you go to your social media first. So us utilizing it as a communication method is a must. It's an absolute must. Okay, so now we're going to discuss the summary of everything for our new employees. So the three things we described were the communication strategies, right? How we're going to do this, right? And we discussed direct communication strategy, which is just directly face to the customer, right? We come up with a message we want, and we roll with it, and then we're going to just give that right to the customer. It's great because it's easy. That's an easy strategy, and it's really good, and it's been used for a long time, and it has its place. The second we did, and I wanted to include, is the pivoting strategy, because I think in today's world, how everything is connected, I think that being able to pivot depending on how the market is changing, how the customers are changing, it's immensely important, immensely important. So I think that is one of our strongest strategies we're going to be able to use. And then we learned when to use them and how to use them. Then we went over the communication methods. So we said email and social media. We talked about how to use them. We talked about when to use them, right? So email is more formal business settings, but it has its place because it's fast and everyone has access to it, right? So like I was saying before, compared to the social media, I don't have Twitter, right? But I do have an email. Most people have an email, right? So even though it's not the newest or best, I think as a general purpose tool to get your message out, it's great in that regard. And then we talked about the social media, how that's kind of budding as a communication method being used by a business, right? It's becoming more of a less of a niche fun thing as becoming it's something that we use every day, everyone uses. So it's super important. And then I hope that the presentation kind of brought together how to use the methods and strategies together and how we're going to be successful and efficient in the world, right? So utilizing what kind of strategy you want to go, and then what method you want to use to convey the strategy. So with that all being said, I hope that you guys are super excited to join Merrilton Robotics Company. And if you have any type of questions, please ask. Thank you for your time, and I will provide you a copy of the slideshow. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.